Hey, what's going on everybody? Commander Crane here, and we are back with another video. And today, we're going to be talking about 10 cards that I thought were actually really good, but are actually kind of bad. So, a couple things before we hop into the actual video here. So, it's going to be a range of different cards. It's going to be cards that, when I was like a new player, I thought they were really good, or maybe people, or even myself, overvalued them during spoiler season, or when I was first introduced to the card. Whatever the reason, I thought the card was really good, but it actually really wasn't that good. So there's 10 cards that I want to talk about specifically today, and let's go and hop into it. So the first one is probably going to be one of the more controversial cards, but that card is Primordial Hydra. So in my local playgroup, when I first started, this card was like, it was the cat's pajamas. I mean, it was the best card. Like, as soon as I started packing a few of these in my green ramp deck, things were going on. But here's the thing. When you're a new player, not a lot of people are playing removal or just like, really, yeah, I guess just removal. No one's playing removal, so this card's just going to get out of hand extremely quickly. So naturally, a card like this is going to just kind of take over the game when you're playing some really casual Magic. But at the end of the day, it's really not that good. A card, if you're looking to play a slightly better version, is Voracious Hydra. It still has that little bit of, 1/1 counter doubling, but it has some immediate effect when it does enter the battlefield, which is extremely important in today's climate of Magic. So, yeah, that's why I've got Primordial Hydra at number 10. Okay, number 9, I have Cemetery Prowler, a card that I was very, very high on during spoiler season, and when Innistrad Midnight Hunt was first a new set, I played this card a crazy amount in Pioneer. At the end of the day, it's really just not that good. Like, sure, sometimes there's some really cool things you can do. Like one time I exiled an instant or sorcery from like my opponent's graveyard, and then I exiled an instant and then I like double stomped them for lethal. Like, sometimes you can do some crazy things, but at the end of the day, it's really just a 3/4 vigilance creature that's really not all that exciting, and that's why I've got Cemetery Prowler at number 9. Okay, at number 8, I have Liege of the Tangle, a card that, again, when I was a new player, I thought this card was absolutely crazy. I thought this card was nuts. I'm like, wait, I deal damage and then a bunch of my lands just turn into 8/8s? Like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And again, this is a card where if you're playing casual Magic, it can be absolutely insane. But if you animate all of your lands and then your opponent just plays a Wrath of God, all of a sudden, you just got absolutely destroyed and you're pretty much just going to lose the game because of that. So yeah, Liege of the Tangle, a crazy good card back in the day when I was first playing, but at the end of the day, this card is just not as good as it seems. Okay, number 7, I have Narset Transcendent. So when this card was brand new, I just started playing Magic. And this is more of a card that a lot of people thought this card was absolutely insane when it was first printed. And yes, it does have its moments where it can be really good. But at the end of the day, it's just not that good. It can't really protect itself for the most part. Like, the emblem is solid. It's not bad, especially in like a control mirror. But at the end of the day, this card is just really not that great. And that's why it's at number 7. Okay, number 6, I have a cycle, the Invoke cycle from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. There's a ton of really good cards in this set, and a lot of people thought the Invoke cycle was going to be really, really good. But it turns out really only the black one is that good, and the white one is good in like very, very specific decks. But the Invoke Calamity, Invoke the Ancients, and Invoke the Winds just aren't that strong in general. They really aren't. Like, sure, like sometimes they can be pretty good, but at the end of the day, you should just something that when it comes into play, you get immediate value, especially if you're going to play a non-creature spell that's going to cost that much mana. Sure, it's not exactly Chandra Wake and Inferno, but just play some cards where you're going to get some immediate for sure value, and that's why I've got the Invoke cycle at number 6. And speaking of cycles, at number 5, I have the Dragon Lord cycle, if that's what we want to call them, from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. So I didn't include the white one and the green one because the green one is good in Commander. It's a good one. Like, people knew that card was going to be good. The white one, everyone knew was bad. So that's why I didn't include that one on here. But Ebon Death Draco Lich, Imrith Desert Doom, and Inferno of the Starmounts, everybody thought was going to be absolutely insane. And they're really not that great. I mean, Inferno is good, in very specific decks, and Imrith is just kind of like a worse Dragon Lord, I'm forgetting the name of the blue-white one all of a sudden, Ojutai. But Ebon Death just really doesn't do anything. Like, it's really just not that good. And that's why I've got the Dragon Lord cycle at number 5. If you're looking to play something different, there's 100 different cards you could play. At least with Ebb and Death, play Archfiend of the Dross. If you're looking to play blue, there's a lot of really good blue splash ones. Like, I'd even play Cavalier of Gales over Imrith, to be honest with you. In front of the Starmouth, just play a card like Atali Primal Conqueror or something like that. Just try to get some immediate value when it does enter play. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to spend that much on a big flyer, you've got to be able to do something right away when it enters, or it's going to have to be able to end the game very, very quickly. Okay, so number 4, I have Boros Reckoner, which I'll admit, Boros Reckoner, back in the day, it was a pretty good card. But when I first started playing Magic, I thought this card was absolutely busted, and I tried to play so many different decks with this card. And at the end of the day, it's really just, again, in a casual kitchen table format where no one's really playing removal, yeah, this card's going to be pretty insane. But if you're playing like actual tournament Magic or some, higher power commander decks, this card's just not going to be that good. Although Screaming Nemesis is an absolutely insane version. It's easier to cast, it's got haste, and then it has the really nice static ability of letting a player not gain life for the rest of the game is just absolutely crazy. So yeah, Boros Reckoner, although it had its time in the sun, a lot of people think that this card's absolutely insane, and it really just is not. And that's why it's at number 4. Okay, number 3, I have Ankle Shanker, a card that a lot of people thought was going to be an absolutely crazy card back in the day, and a lot of kitchen table players also fall for the mistake, thinking that this card is absolutely crazy, and it's really just not. I mean, it's a 2/2 for 5 with haste. Sure, the first strike and death touch can be kind of insane to where your opponent really just can't block it all. But then at the end of the day, it's a 2/2 for 5 mana. I mean, a Lightning Bolt takes this out, a Shock takes this out. Really just any cheap removal spell can take this thing out, and then you're going to be really, really sad. Just play a card like Aurelia. It's bigger, it's got just better things going on in general. Just play a card like Aurelia. It's going to be much better in your Boros or Mardu aggro deck, and that's why I've got Ankle Shanker at number 3. Okay, number 2. I have a card that people were so excited about, but it really just wasn't that great, and that card is Demi-Lich. People were going bananas when Demi-Lich and Arclight Phoenix, like, oh, we're going to play this in Modern, and it's going to be so good, it's going to be crazy, it's going to be awesome. No, it's really not that good. Sure, some people have trophied with this card, in Modern and even Pioneer a little bit, but just stop kidding yourself. Demi-Lich is just not that good. It really isn't. At the end of the day, it's a 4/3. It doesn't even have flying. It's really not that great. I know people try to make it work. Demi-Lich, people love the Spells Matters decks. Trust me, Demi-Lich just is not that good, and that's why it's at number 2. And at number 1, this is a card that no one is expecting for me to put on this list, but I have to talk about it. It's from, it's a personal story, and you want to know what? It was when I was very wrong at my card evaluation when I was a new player. And that card is Prism Ring. I used to think that this card was so good. I remember drafting these in, during, Magic Origins, and I was thinking, wow, this card's absolutely insane. Why is no one thinking this card's good? And I remember talking to the other players at the shop, like, wow, Prism Ring seems insane. And they're all like, nah, I don't think it's that good. I think it kind of sucks. And I remember thinking, like, what? You're crazy. It's 1 mana, and it gains me a life, like whenever I cast a spell with the chosen color. I can put it in my green and red sideboards and gain some extra life. No, the card is not good. It's really not. Because at the end of the day, if you're playing a life gain deck, sure, you're going to want a card like Case of the Uneaten Feast or even like a Johnny's Welcome way more than you're going to want a card like this. But if you're not playing it in a life gain deck, you're not going to want a card like this. There's other options if you're looking to gain life. If you want it in green, just play a card like Scavenging Ooze, for instance. If you're playing red, I don't really know why you'd want life gain for the most part, but it's just not, feasible. But again, you have cards like Lightning Helix if you're playing Boros, for instance. If you're playing black, there's a lot of great life gain options. For instance, the black one that exiles, all of a sudden, I can't think of it, has Escape. That card's absolutely fantastic, for instance. Obviously, if you're in white, there's a ton of life gain options. But at the end of the day, if you're playing, you don't want to play Prism Ring. I don't care. Don't play this card. I don't want you to tell me, oh, well, you could play this. No, you're not playing Prism Ring. The card's not good. When I was a new player, I thought this card was really good, and it's definitely not. And that's why it's number 1 on the list. And before I get into the outro here, I want to mention, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings with any of these cards. If it's a card that you really love to play in a deck, and you're like, oh, what? The Commander Crane doesn't know what he's talking about. This card's actually decent in my Commander deck, whatever. I'm not trying to offend you. It's really also more leaning towards 60 card formats. Like, don't be offended if a card you really like is on this list here. It's really just cards that I thought were like some of the best in the game, and it turns out that they really, really weren't, and that was the idea of the entire list here. And that takes us to the end of the video here. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to check out other MTG videos here on the channel if you are not currently subscribed to the channel. Huge shout out to our channel members, Ralph, Matt, Arcadius, Ray, Gary, Saranoki, Michael D, our premium channel member, The Common Cold, Jeremy P, and BG Stilts. If you are interested in being a channel member, it starts at $1 a month, and you gain access to the exclusive Commander Crane Discord, as well as other features here on the channel. So, I'm Commander Crane, thanks for watching this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.